Hi everybody, this is Jen from Scrapping Pash, and I am here with my Artistic Studio Creation Design Team project. This is the finale tutorial. I am going to make the charm that hangs off of the back, and I'm going to do two, one for me and one for Denise, who has been following this tutorial and posting on the ASC design team page, or I'm sorry, ASC craft supply Facebook page. So I wanted to thank her for doing that and supporting me. So she's going to get a dangle, and I need another one of these clips. And I have this cameo that I'm going to put on mine, but I only have one, so I'm going to make Denise one of the maker one. I have some glossy accents. This is my extremely old glossy accents that I'm just too stubborn to get rid of. So the lid obviously doesn't work anymore. That just totally fell off. And even at that level, it's like clogged. So, ow, this is my pin cushion. Alright. You just put, and Crystal has glossy accents. I have a new bottle somewhere, but I'm just silly about emptying things before I open new ones. Ooh, that was a little too much for the bottom part. I'll let that seep over the edges, which is what we want. And this little charm, I can't remember where I got it. It could have been from like CC or Kobe's.com. I've done some designing for them. Or it could be something I got from somewhere else. And then I have a new package on the way from now that that's all on there and everything is seeped out. So yes, I have a new package on the way from Kobe's, which is exciting. This time I got some dyes. Okay, and I'm just filling that up with my glossy accents. I still have a tiny bit in here. I am going to hang on to it. Maybe I will take some of my scraps and make some pre-make some of these. If I can find scraps that I think are versatile enough. Okay. Alright. There's that. And this needs to dry for a good 8 hours, so I won't be putting that on today. We're going to put it way over there, hopefully where it does not get... Actually, I think I shall put it on top of my stand. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to do is cut my seam binding, and this is the seam binding that I got at Bluebird Designs, Bluebird on Etsy. And decide how long I want it, which it's a big album. I'm going to make it about that long. And I have it doubled over because we're going to tie it. So here's one. I have no idea how long that was. And it's about 10.5 inches. Oh. Two. And I think this is a big album. Let's go 2 more. See, I've got to get this guy is... There we go. So they'll each have 2 doubled seam binding on them. And one more. I still have to figure out what I'm doing with my ribbon storage, so as I'm cutting this, I'm thinking, what am I going to do with this when I'm done? 1 and 2. Here we go. Okay, so I've got 2 things of 2. I'll put the rest of that up there for now. And then these are from Co-Beads. I have some pre-strung beads that I got on clearance somewhere. I have my one cameo and then my other one's drying that I just made. Small eyelets, 12 of those. I have 6 of these star charms that I got a long time ago, and 6 of these star charms that I got, I think, at Michael's or Joann's in a bag, and then some large eye rings, whatever, ring thingies. Okay, so all these pre-strung are the same. I'm going to take my whatever these things are. These are wire cutters. I don't have the jewelry stuff, so I'm going to take and I'm not going to trim it, I am going to bend it so that I don't lose any beads. Just bend it off. And then back on. Okay, so there's one. this one's already a good size. We'll leave that. 1. 2. I think we'll do 2 of these so I have a little extra place to put the charms. Actually, let's go ahead and put one on the bottom of this. There we go. It's already got a thing, so we'll save one of our little eyelets. They're not eyelets. What are they? Jump rings. They're jump rings. So I just open it up to take the one bead off, and then I put the charm in there, and then I'm closing it back up. And that one's just a little long. Let's do... Okay, so... Open it up. Slide that on there. And close it. Okay. I think that would be okay. I think you find these little beads in the like kids craft section. There we go, and we'll reopen one of these and put the other star on there. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to make, like I said, I'm making 2 of these, so I'm not going to use this. Got that for next time. I may use a little piece of this, but I'm not sure yet. I'm not using this. Okay. So, got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this little piece has to go away because there's no eye hook thingy on it. Doesn't have to, but I prefer it to go away. Okay, now first thing I'm going to do, I think, is attach each one of these. So I have these big jump rings to do that, and even though they're bigger jump rings, you kind of still need some sturdy jump rings. So these aren't the best. They're pretty soft material, but I think they'll be okay. You have the added protection of the seam binding on there too. So hopefully nobody will be pulling on those. I'm going to zoom you in just a little bit and hope I don't forget to zoom you back out when I need to. Okay. So open up your wide jump ring. Put your jump ring through the bead. What's it called? Eye hook or eye pin, but these were pre-strung, so it's the best part, getting pre-strung beads. They all match, they're all already done. Okay, I'm going to put this one through here and here. Okay, and I think I am going to use that other chain to put my big embellishment on. But that is a giant. I don't think that's meant for jump ring, so maybe I'll just use the seam binding to tie that on. I think that's what I'll do. Okay, so we'll have this. Let's put on some of the smaller beads. Since we're not going to use that pink chain, we'll put it right on here. That pink chain is like charm bracelet chain, like back from the day charm bracelet chain. Okay, now the smaller jump rings are made from a little thicker material, so they're a little harder to manipulate. And these strung beads really don't need anything added to them because they're already very pretty, but I wanted to add the stars for the album sake. I definitely could have added some butterflies also, but I didn't even think about it. So we'll just stick with the stars, and I have a lot of star charms, so each one of these already have a silver star and a pink star on it. I'm going to put 2 more silver stars, a pink star, and a purple star on each. Kind of trying to stagger where they are, so I'm going to put this one up top. And I just loop it through any part of the chain that's wide enough to accept the jump ring. There we go. Purple. And I think one more silver star after that. I think this one needs one. I'm thinking thinking one like right here. That's one more, and then we're done with those. I think the jewelry, like tools, are a little smaller. So yeah. Maybe one day I'll get them. Alright, so there's the charm part. We're going to do the same thing with this. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put these beads on before I hang them on that clasp. That's probably easier. So just get your jump ring. Pick your charm. And then if you guys want to see how to string beads yourself, like make one of these, I can also show you how to do that. Just let me know. I can show you what you need. Okay, so let's put one here. Oh, that one already has that star on it. Let's put one here. I think I'm going to put this purple bead on the bottom here. I'm going to go ahead and use a jump ring though. Maybe I'll put it close to the bottom. There's that. I got two more. And then we'll put the seam binding and at least the one big pendant charm on the other one. I'll probably do off camera, but I'll show you guys the end result. Okay, here. Oops, it's this way, and one more. Okay, so that one has two silver ones on it. This one only has one on it. We'll put her on there. Okay, Okay, so let's get each one of these attached with these bigger and easier to use giant jump rings. And these super cool co-beads. I have 100 of these, you guys. One of them didn't work. One of them was stuck, I will say that. But they're what, lobster claws? A D-ring with a big lobster claw on it. Sometimes I just get packages of the small lobster claws that lock up. So it must be a thing. Okay. Let's put it on this way. This one may be a little too long, in which case we can definitely trim it down. And one more. And I think I've decided that I'm going to put or at least, I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. I'm thinking about, I want to put a big bow and like tie it in a knot and then put a big bow with the seam binding over where I attach it. But you guys, I can't bow. I'm just not good at it. I don't know. Okay. So there's our charm part. Super easy if you got the stuff. Okay, so now I have the seam binding and I have 6 pieces all together, about 20 inches long. Oh, hang on, I think one. It looks like the same color. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now do we want to put them all on the same time or put them on separate times? Put 2 on each. Let's do 2 on each. So you take and put it through your D-ring, which is why having a D-ring is nice. And then move your bead over to where you want it. I'll just put one between the beads. Oops, excuse me. And then knot. One. I think just one will do. There's one. I'm going to scoot him over. I'm going to add another one there. Use the green and the purple, the other purple. There we go. And then scoot, scoot. I have my thing fell off. My eye ring must not have been closed all the way. My jump ring. It does not take much. I mean, that was just barely super tiny open. Get you closed again. There we go. Oops. I deformed them a little bit. That's okay. I'm good with that. Okay. And the last one here. And then I think I'm going to see if I have any white lace. because I think it just needs a little more. Okay, I found some white satin ribbon anyways. Good enough. Cut in 4, 2 for each. I think I'm going to tie it kind of like in the middle of this mess here. There we go. So that's not sticking out. Like I added this at the end because there wasn't any white in it. We don't want to be obvious. Okay. Now, this big guy here. I mean, if this thing opened, I certainly would just clip it right on there. I don't trust my giant jump rings not, you know, to hold this. So let's just cut a small piece of this. Seam binding. We're going to stick him on here, kind of in the middle. Maybe. Okay. Maybe I should have done this first. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to tie it in a knot, like a double knot. So 1 and 2, and hope it faces the right direction. And I didn't just put this on there backwards. There, okay, let's see. Okay. I don't know. I like it. What do you guys think? Like it? Let's put it on the album. Oh. This is definitely a showpiece here. Pretty grand. I think I have a couple pieces that are too long hanging off of there. There we go. Yep, we got a couple pieces too long. We're going to trim them off. I try not to trim them all the same length. There we go. That's better. Alright, there we are. There's my album. All finished with the charm. I'm going to set that aside. We'll do a video all by itself for that. let's go ahead and finish up this second charm by adding the seam binding. And I can't add the big one because it's not dry. I actually finished something in one sitting. I don't know about one sitting, but one day anyways. Okay, here. I would say it's easier to tie these on after the charms are on than to put the charms on after the ties are on, because I typically do it that way. And I thought this would be easier, and I think I am right. This is easier. Okay, I'll go ahead and put the white on since we know we need it. Lace would have worked too, but my ribbon is where I can see it, and my lace is in containers that I have to sort through to use, which I still have to address. If you guys have any lace sorting tips, lace and trims, let me know. And I think, is that it? I guess that's it. And let's go on that one. Put this one on here. That went really fast. I didn't even realize that I was done. There we go. I'm going to trim it because I know based off of the last one I'm going to have extras. I'm going to go here and here. One of these white ones. Let's see here. Alright, I think that's good, and then we'll stick the big charm on there after it's done drying, and we'll have our second charm that is going to Denise for following along with me during my tutorial and posting the pictures on the ASC Facebook group, which I will link below. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Head on over to ASC on Etsy to grab your Prima marketing collection before it's gone, and if it is gone, this album will work with any collection, especially Prima being the A4 size and 1/8 by 8 also. So thanks a lot, you guys. We'll see you later. Bye bye.